concentrate all your thoughts upon the work at hand. The sun's rays do not burn until brought to a focus. Before anything else, preparation is the key to success. Sometimes, we stare so long at a door that is closing that we see too late the one that is open. Educate the masses, elevate their standard of intelligence, and you will certainly have a successful nation. A man, as a general rule, owes very little to what he is born with. A man is what he makes of himself. I would impress upon your minds the fact that if you want to do a man justice, you should believe what a man says himself rather than what people say he says. A man's own judgment should be the final appeal in all that relates to himself. Morse conquered his electrical difficulties although he was only a painter, and I don't intend to give in either till all is completed. My knowledge of electrical subjects was not acquired in a methodical manner but was picked up from such books as I could get hold of and from such experiments as I could make with my own hands. It is hardly an exaggeration to say that oral teachers and sign teachers found it difficult to sit down in the same room without quarreling, and there was intolerance upon both sides. To say oral method to a sign teacher was like waving a red flag in the face of a bull, and to say sign language to an oral is to rouse the deepest resentment. I have discovered that my interest in my dear pupil, Mabel, has ripened into a far deeper feeling than that of mere friendship. In fact, I know that I have learned to love her very sincerely. When one door closes, another opens, but we often look so long and so regretfully upon the closed door that we do not see the one which is open for us. What this power is I cannot say. All I know is that it exists and it becomes available only when a man is in that state of mind in which he knows exactly what he wants and is fully determined not to quit until he finds it. And is fully determined not to quit until he finds it. The most successful men in the end are those whose success is the result of steady accretion. Great discoveries and improvements invariably involve the cooperation of many minds. I may be given credit for having blazed the trail, but when I look at the subsequent developments I feel the credit is due to others rather than to myself. America is a country of inventors. And the greatest of inventors are the newspaper men. Neither the Army nor the Navy is of any protection, or very little protection, against aerial raids. The nation that secures control of the air will ultimately control the world. Dumbness comes from the fact that a child is born deaf and that it consequently never learns how to articulate. For it is by the medium of hearing that such instruction is acquired. Such a chimerical idea as telegraphing vocal sounds would indeed, to most minds, seem scarcely feasible enough to spend time in working over. I believe, however, that it is feasible and that I have got the cue to the solution of the problem. You cannot force ideas. Successful ideas are the result of slow growth. Ideas do not reach perfection in a day no matter how much study is put upon them. The only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. The achievement of one goal should be the starting point of another. I do not recognize the right of the public to break in the front door of a man's private life, in order to satisfy the gaze of the curious. I do not think it right to dissect living men even for the advancement of science. Leave the beaten track behind occasionally and dive into the woods. Every time you do you will be certain to find something you have never seen before. After innumerable failures, I finally uncovered the principle for which I was searching, and I was astounded at its simplicity.